If you're a postpartum mom running on 3 cups of coffee and 4 hours of sleep, this video is for you. You probably know you need to have more protein, but between feeding, diaper changes, and everything else, cooking high protein meals might feel impossible right now. So in today's video, I am sharing my 5 go-to hacks for including protein in every meal or having more protein throughout the day. That way you can regain your strength, heal your muscles, and feel more confident and energized in your postpartum self. Hi mamas, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Shridi and I'm a board certified physical therapist helping postpartum moms just like you regain core strength, heal their pelvic floor, and feel energized all in 15 minutes a day. So let's get started with today's video. Now, before we talk about the 5 hacks, let's understand why you need more protein. You probably know the most common reason is it helps with healing your tissues and regaining your strength, but there's more to it. One of the main reasons to improve your protein intake is to have good quality of breast milk. So if you're still breastfeeding, having more protein means that the quality of breast milk you produce is going to be better. And that way you are feeding your little one high quality breast milk. It also helps in balancing out your hormones because when you have protein, it keeps you fuller for longer. That way you're not reaching for an extra cup of coffee or having processed snacks. That way you're not taking in more processed food. So it's going to keep your hormones balanced, but then it's also going to keep you feeling fuller for longer. That way you have sustained energy throughout the day and you're not having those midday energy crashes. So now that you know why you need to have more protein, let's talk about the 5 ways you can have more protein without having to cook extra. Because let's be real, nobody wants to cook during postpartum phase. You already have so much going on. So cooking is the last thing we want to add to our plate. So the number 1 hack is having high protein breakfasts. This means that having enough protein in the morning that is going to keep you feeling fuller for rest of the day. So even if you skip lunch, you still will have sustained energy throughout the day until you get to the dinner time. My top 3 favorite protein breakfast ideas are, first is smoothie. So put in any veggies, fruits you like, add some nuts, and then key is 2 scoops of protein powder. The reason you want 2 scoops of protein powder is depending on which one you use, it's going to give you about 30 to 40 grams of protein, which is enough to help you survive through your lunch time. So even if you skip lunch, you have enough energy to make it to at least 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then we'll talk about what to do at that time. But having high protein or enough protein in the morning is going to make sure you are not reaching for an extra cup of coffee at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Another idea is making overnight oats. This you can do over the weekend or the previous night, because if you have a toddler or a preschooler, mornings can be wild. You're trying to get one ready, you're trying to pack the lunch. So having your breakfast pre-made either over the weekend or the previous night is going to make things super easier for you. All you have to do is add some oats, Greek yogurt, berries, honey, drizzle it if you like, and you're good to go. Just tighten up the jar and put it in the refrigerator, and then every morning just take out 1 jar and then eat through your breakfast as you get through the day. Another great option is having a high protein toast. This just means using nut butter, hemp seeds. So if you're already making a PBJ sandwich for your little one, then maybe use an extra slice of bread and toast it and then add nut butter and hemp seeds. And that's a good protein breakfast that's going to keep you fuller for longer. So that was number 1, having high protein breakfasts. Now moving on to number 2, which is having healthy high protein snacks. So now we skipped lunch. For some reason you couldn't have lunch. So now it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So now instead of reaching for processed snacks, having high protein options readily available in your pantry is going to make things a lot easier for you. So you're getting in more protein from natural foods. This could be having cottage cheese in your refrigerator, so you can chop up the cottage cheese and then you can have it with fruits, veggies, or sprinkle just salt and pepper. You can also roast some chickpeas. Have some hummus. You can do store-bought, or if you have time over the weekend, like make some hummus ready to go. That way during the weekdays, in the evenings or afternoons when you need to snack, you have it ready to go, and you can have it with crackers or veggies. And my favorite snack option is protein balls. So every Sunday, I'll mix almond flour, dates, add some hemp seeds and flax seeds, choco chips, and then chocolate protein powder. Roll into some balls, and then if you like shredded coconut, you can like coat it in shredded coconut. If not, just refrigerate those balls. And then every day in the afternoon when I'm starting to lose my energy and then I want to have some coffee, instead of coffee, I'll reach for those protein balls. Those are really healthy, and you make it at home so you know exactly what you're putting into it. Now moving on to hack number 3 is protein shortcuts for every meal. This doesn't mean that you're trying to cook something different than usual, but it is adding those smaller protein ingredients to your existing meal plan. So say you're having salad for lunch today, just adding in the hemp seeds or chia seeds is a great protein addition without making a big change. Or having some Greek yogurt handy, so whatever you're having for lunch, just have one bowl of Greek yogurt with it. So you are adding protein to whatever you were planning to have for lunch. Another great option is having some canned beans or lentils ready in your pantry. That way you can just toss it in with the meal you're planning to have. It could be your salads, just toss them in and add the dressing. That way you made it high protein. So just get a little more creative when you are going grocery shopping and plan and buy those things like a canned bean to this time, canned lentils, or some hemp seeds. That way you have things ready in your pantry. So you just have to toss it into whatever your plan was without having to cook something different or start from scratch and think about a high protein recipe. Next, moving on to number 4. And this is my personal favorite, high protein coffee. Who doesn't love a coffee? I'm a big coffee person. I drink 1 cup of coffee every single day, but I try to make it healthy. So adding 1 scoop of your favorite protein powder. Mine is salted caramel or chocolate, like salted caramel latte made at home. Oh my God, that's like a dream come true. So adding 1 scoop of your favorite protein powder into your coffee is going to make it high protein. Now, it might not taste the same on day 1, but you have to work on developing the taste where you are getting enough protein, but then you also get to drink your coffee. So here's a little adjustment we have to make, mamas. We get to have our coffee, but we got to make it healthy so it's supporting your postpartum health goals. And I love my protein powder because it's 100% organic and clean. It tastes creamy. It's not like powdery after bitter taste. So I'm going to drop a link in the description. So if you're like me, if you want a salted caramel or chocolate latte made at home, definitely check out the protein powder. I love it. I've been using it for over a year now, and I cannot talk highly about it. So that was hack number 4, is having high protein coffee. And then moving on to the last one is protein smoothies as meals. So we talked about making smoothies for breakfast, but maybe if you are running short on time, or if you had already pre-made your breakfast over the weekend, then smoothie is also a great meal replacement option, especially for lunch. If you have little ones around who skip a nap or are on a different schedule totally today and you don't have any time to fix a lunch, smoothie is a great option. So again, 2 scoops of protein in your smoothie and just blend it up with whatever fruits, veggies, nuts you like. Try to add some nut butter if you have it, because that's just going to add some extra healthy fats and it's going to be a more balanced smoothie. But that is a great option as a meal replacement for lunch. You can surely have it for dinner. I typically would recommend, if you were supposed to skip a meal and use this as your meal replacement, try to do it during the lunchtime. That way at dinner you're still having a full balanced meal. But here are my top 5 hacks. That way you are getting your 75 to 100 grams of protein needed for postpartum recovery every single day without having to cook more, stay in the kitchen for like 2 hours every day. So let's recap all of the 5 hacks real quick. First is having high protein breakfast. This could be overnight oats, Greek yogurt, or a high protein breakfast toast. Second was having healthy high protein snacks. So if we are skipping lunch and moving straight from breakfast to a snack in the afternoon, we want healthier high protein options, which could be cottage cheese, hummus, roasted chickpeas. Then third is adding protein to every meal without having to cook. So when you go grocery shopping, add a few canned beans or lentils, whichever one you like, kidney beans or black beans. Have some hemp seeds and chia seeds. That way you can sprinkle those or add the beans in any meal you are having. That way it just becomes high in protein. Next up, and my favorite, is high protein coffee. So adding 1 scoop of protein powder to your coffee is going to make it high protein. That way you are getting your protein in, but you're also getting to enjoy the coffee. And remember, I have linked my favorite protein powder in the description below for you to check it out. And then the last one is protein smoothies as meal replacements. So if you are running short on time or your baby skipped nap today, and if you don't have time to fix lunch, protein smoothie is a great alternative to actually fixing a lunch. Just make sure to add 2 scoops of protein powder to your smoothie. That way you are getting enough protein in that meal. So that's it, mamas. Here are my 5 favorite hacks to get in high protein and at least 75 to 100 grams throughout the day. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a postpartum tip from me. I'll see you next week. Bye.